there's no doubt you've seen the amount of people killing it off social media. If you are not using social media to your advantage, then you are the one that's being used. So in this video, we're going to go over how to finally fix your social media addiction and start using it to its full potential. No more watching these people live their lives and you not being happy with what you're doing. It's time to take control and finally start using and leveraging the power of social media. So when I first started my online business, it was from my personal phone. And I knew I had a problem when I was spending 10 hours a day on social media. That was on my screen time. And the reason for that was I had my personal stuff and my work stuff on one phone. So when I'd pull up a work notification, I'd be sidetracked by the personal notifications. And this would just be a cycle because I'd be constantly checking my phone and I had no control over how much I was using these apps. And when I saw that 10 hours per day screen time, that was scary. And the justification was, I'm running a business on social media, I need to be on social media. But the fact is, I was wasting a lot of time because I wasn't set up correctly. So I bought a second phone, split the work and personal stuff, deleted all the apps from my personal phone. Sometimes I'd re-download them. When you add an extra level of resistance and you ask yourself, am I getting value from these apps? Then it creates an extra thought you've got to make to then download the app. The reason why you're on it so much is because you can pull it out and you're on there instantly. But when you've added a layer of resistance where you've got to re-download the app, it creates an extra thought process and it will stop you wasting so much time on it. And plus, if you want to not be working at 9 PM every single night because you're on your work phone, you can just turn the work phone off, leave it in another room. It's one of the best personal hacks. That's going to then force you to make the decision of whether you need your personal phone for all these apps. Yeah, you can still use the apps, but are they serving you on a daily basis? Because when you're then looked at, right, I've got all these apps on my phone, if you're not using them for work, then you're using them to purely waste your time. So then you've got to ask yourself, do I even need these apps in the first place? So check the screen time on your phone. If it's 2 hours a day, 365 days a year, that's a whole month out of the year. 24 hours a day for a full month. Over 12 years, that's a full year on social media. So you've got to ask yourself, do I want to be getting a full month behind or a full month ahead? Because just think, if you've learned any topic, any subject for 1 month straight, 24 hours per day, how much further would you be on that subject? So understand, these platforms are just like any other industry. There are buyers and there are sellers. So if you're using social media for simply pleasure, you are the buyer. Now, you're not paying with money, but you're paying with time and attention, which is another form of currency. The only thing more valuable than money is time. Remember, you're watching them, they are not watching you. And this is the fallacy with social media. You feel like everyone's on there doing the same as you. And in most cases, they are. But the people that you watch the most that are constantly posting content, they are not on it like you are. They are not just watching people, they are producing content. That's the difference. So social media detox will change your life. Now, what do I mean by social media detox? Completely getting off it for 30 days. You check social media because the fear of missing out. It's a bad habit and you want to kill the fear of missing out for 30 days. So you're trying to kill that urgency to check your phone. You're trying to kill the urgency to catch up with what people are doing. Because then what you're going to do is you're going to realize when you re-download the app, everyone's still there. Everyone's still doing the same stuff. You've not missed out on anything. But it's about killing that habit. When you really drowned out that habit, by the time you re-download it, you're not going to have the habit to check. So start off with a social media detox. If you've never done it, it's going to be great for your life. Social media is incredibly powerful because now we're trading on a global scale. We're trading with time and attention. So it's easy to feel like everyone you watch on social media is also mindlessly scrolling, just like you are, but the difference is main creators are selling something. They are making money off these platforms. So how are you going to be able to use social media to get ahead rather than waste the best years of your life? Firstly, have a social media audit. So now you've had a detox, you've come off the apps completely. Now it's time to evaluate what is on these apps. All these people that you followed when you were young, are you interested in them? Do you care what they're up to? Do you even care about that industry anymore? Are you following meme accounts that are just posting bullshit all day? You've got to go through your followers, go through the content that's recommended and just think, is this topic adding any benefit to my life? Because it's not like just turning on the TV and watching it for 30 minutes. We all know that's not the case. Social media has no control. You cannot be clicking on reels and have the mental power to get off it. It is highly addictive to everybody. So you've got to be able to audit your social media following. Instagram's good for this because you can follow the accounts that you're interested in, although the reels are bad. Twitter's good for this because you can audit who you follow. But apps like TikTok, you can follow who you want, but that content is damaging. You do not control what gets shown on that feed. It's just a complete waste of time. So start by unfollowing. Get rid of them. You've not seen someone in 6 years and you don't really speak to them anymore. Why do you need to be seeing what they're eating for the dinner or when they go on holiday? It doesn't make you feel good, especially if you're building a business. If you're inside working on a laptop and you're watching what everybody's doing, it's just going to leave you distracted. There's no benefit to it. So understand it's an addiction, a bad habit. So you need to first identify when is the habit being triggered. Is this first thing in the morning, a break, nighttime? What are you physically doing when that habit's triggered? If you're checking your phone first thing in the morning, you need to kill the habit. So how do you do this? Well, if you're keeping your phone next to your bed, then that's where the habit's being triggered. So instead, keep your phone on the other side of the room. These simple things, but it's about killing that instant easy access. You get something like this. Literally a box that you need a key for, lock your phone in there, and then the habit's killed. Because then, if you want to go on your phone, you've got to go get the key, unlock it, and are you really going to do that? No. So it's about understanding when is the habit triggering. Delete the apps for a bit. You're after a layer of resistance. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make bad habits harder to fall into. The reason why you're doing it with social media is because it's easy. The phone's always in your pocket, it's easy to check. So figure out when is the main points where you're wasting time on your phone and try and create resistance around that. Leave your phone behind, put it in another room. You need to take control of this. It's no secret people are making money from social media. You see it every single day. So you've got to ask yourself, are you planning to? You know, it's great to get motivation from watching people do it, how to make money online, but ask yourself, have you started? Because if you've not started and you're not moving with intention, then you haven't done anything yet. So what is your plan? Which one are you choosing? Pick one and stick with it. Make a plan of what you want to post each week if you want to start posting content and execute on it. If you're just choosing business model to business model, you're not going to get anywhere doing that. But if you pick one and then you audit your social media to show you content purely about that, then you're using it to your advantage rather than just doom scrolling on nonsense and getting sidetracked. So get a plan together on how you're going to start using social media to your advantage. Stop wasting time on there, be brutally honest with yourself and start using it for what it's capable of.